All right, welcome back. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network, and it's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our weekly pregame interview. And Coach, you're now 22-1 in first-round playoff games here at UMS-Wright. Marbury came to Cooper Stadium last week, and they were pretty much exactly how you described they would be in the pregame. They were good defensively up front. They gave us some trouble, but they really struggled moving the ball offensively.
Yeah. And, it was a good game for us because as you go further in the playoffs, you're going to see good defensive fronts. Right. You're going to see athletic defensive fronts. And they had that. Now, they played pretty much man in the secondary. We knew there was some throws we could get over the top, and we did. And to the credit, our receivers are getting better at seeing what we're trying to do and so forth in the passing game. Right. I mean, the first one to Shane, he ran a great out and up, and I don't even think the guy ever saw him.
Well, he never
go
moved
up the field, And then I said, okay, just catch this ball, because those are the ones they usually drop, the ones like that. But him and Logan are giving us some things there. Our quarterback's playing better and better and better, and Cole's Cole, and we got there at half and changed a few things blocking wise on some stuff, and it showed right at the start of the second half. And they liked, they're very bad in the kicking game, and we were able to take advantage of that.
You talk about quarterback Barton Elliott, definitely a benefactor of Cole Blaylock's running right now. He, in the last 2 weeks, Barton's 10 for 14 for 240 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's a pretty good quarterback rating.
Well, I told him the other night, and I told him Monday, I said, I don't know if I've ever had a quarterback 100%. He goes, Coach, I was 4 for 5. I said, no, you were 5 for 5.
Yeah, you threw one to the other team.
Them and 4 to us.
And that was an unfortunate play.
It was when I got on with Cole, because he's supposed to stay out of all that garbage, and he got caught up in the group and tripped and fell,
right?
Or he's going to be wide open. And a lot of times the quarterback takes heat. Probably should have thrown it out of bounds, whatever, because we were at the goal line. And that's what Barton's mistake was not making sure. I think it was either first or second down, and those sort of things. But Cole was at fault in that too.
Cole, 16 carries last week for 154 yards. He's now over 1,200 for the year. So I guess we'll just keep riding that horse until somebody can actually stop it.
Well, what we're doing and faking and moving around with formations and all, he's hard to just key on.
Right.
Because we do have some receivers and some stuff now that they can't stack that box to stop him.
Yep.
And so if we get 6 or 7 in that box, we got a chance to run the football. Now, if they bring that safety down in there, and now you don't have enough to block them.
Right.
So I look back too, Todd. It's kind of misleading. 4 games, Cole didn't play much in the second half at all out of our 11.
Yeah. So
some of these people having to play every game when your defense is bad and the score is 40 to 48 and like that, and the running backs having to play the whole game, and they got a chance to run up some yardage. Right. And our defense has been so good that we've gotten a big lead and been able to get him out because he is very valuable, and I'm not going to have him in there to try to get stats.
You just mentioned the defense. Last week we held Marbury to minus yardage in the first half. Final score 45-7. But boy, it was good to see Thomas Hall back out there last week getting his reps at linebacker.
Well, it was. He's quick. He's another one that can run a little bit. He will help us, especially this week against all the speed that Greenville brings to the table. And we're still just moving people around. J.C. Irwin was sick last week, so he missed a day of practice. So Thomas got those reps and showed he could do the job.
Exactly.
And, except for that last drive late in the game, we lost our concentration and all. They played very well again.
Yeah, but a different team coming to Mobile here for the second round in Greenville. They're 8-3 on the season, second place finishers in Region 2 behind Pike Road. Very athletic team, I think, across the board. Having watched the film, what's your take on Greenville for this week?
Well, about the same thing. Very athletic, fast, offensively, defensively. I'm not sure we've seen this much speed since Baker. When you try to, you always try to kind of say, well, who are they like or whatever. I'm not sure we've seen this kind of speed since we played all the speed that Baker had at the wideouts. Right. They've got 2 or 3 wideouts that can absolutely fly. They don't run a lot of concepts or a lot of routes. Most of their stuff is go routes, post routes, and a lot of screen. They do a great job with the screen game and getting the ball to those athletes in space. And now you got to tackle. Yeah. And the key tonight is going to be whether we can tackle them in space, because they're going to have some opportunities. And I really look for them to throw it a lot more than they have. But if you look at their stats, they have not scored a whole lot of, they're not averaging about 17 or 18 points. So by not being able to run the ball and do some things, they get themselves in trouble sometime. And hopefully that's going to happen tonight. But defensively, very good. Maybe one of the best defenses we've played. Yeah. They got a number 10 and a number 55 that people have a hard time blocking. Yeah. And they're one of them about 270, another one about 240, and 6'3", 6'4" guys. So it's going to be a challenge for us. And
it may come down to that other group, the special teams. We got another punt block last week, and special teams have been playing really well for us.
We've got to win the special teams. Their punter's not great. Their kickoff guy is a guy who toes it, which you don't see a whole lot anymore. But he kicks it; it may go anywhere. So, if he does kick one to us, we should have a chance to return it. They do not kick extra points. Right. They don't kick field goals. They go for 2 every time. So in the game, that could get to be a thing where, we sit there kicking extra points. They going for 2. They make a couple. Now you looking at a thing where we've got to. Yeah. So we've worked and put in a few more 2-point plays this week. Yeah. In case we get into a thing where we're having to go for 2.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing points
exactly
late in the second half. So 3 of our teams from our region are still alive. It's a big week for Region 1 this week. With St. Paul's playing Pike Road, Faith Academy's got Central Clay. What are your thoughts on the region as a whole?
Well, I think, St. Paul's going to go up there and play hard. They seem to be playing. I have not seen them on film or anything, but they seem to be playing a lot better. They really played well at beating a good Viger team. Yeah. And I saw Pike Road on film. I don't think they throw the ball like they did last year, but they got that quarterback back, and they got the running back. So they got a defensive lineman maybe the best I've ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. So, and Faith, if they can hang in there, the big question around town is Shamar going to play or not play? So, that will have a lot, not necessarily on offense, but it'll have a lot to do with them on defense. Right. Because not Pike Road, but Central Clay is going to run the football. Yeah. And you got to match it. They're going to play physical football and maybe throw 2 or 3 passes in the game. So you better be tough enough to stop it.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us on the pregame show. Hopefully we're doing this again next week. It's week by week.
Man, it is. Play and survive. You win, you keep playing. You lose, you go home. Yep. And, this could be our last home game for our seniors. We've talked a lot about that. We're not guaranteed another home game.
That's right.
So, it's a big week, and I'm sure we're going to play hard and do what we can do.
All right, Coach.
I'm glad we're home.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you, man.
All right, UMS right now 27-1 in first-round playoff games since 1994 and looking to improve on their 20-1 second-round playoff record under head coach Terry Curtis tonight here at Cooper Stadium. So let's take a break. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a minute. You're listening to the Bulldog Radio Network here on Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.